What is up everyone and welcome to week number 9 of building KASHYYYK, the Imperial base from Jedi Fallen Order. Now this is my weekly series I do every single week, updating you on the progress that I make. Now I've had a fantastic week of building. We did 2 live streams, so that means we have a ton of shoutouts and thank yous to everyone who donated on those live streams. So in no particular order, we have PlanetTek, DirectKW, AxiDroid, Didier, Rex the Lego Clone Trooper, Faded, and then finally a big extra special shoutout goes to BrickLink, who donated over $200. So huge thank you to him as well as everyone else who donated to the cause this week. I really do thank you all. We had a ton of fun on both of those live streams. I had a great time, and if you guys are interested, make sure to come along to these live streams. We do them around once every week where we basically work on everything on KASHYYYK, and you get a great behind the scenes look into everything that goes into constructing a large scale mock. You can ask me questions, you can have a chat about a Lego, about anything else, and we have a great time. And you can also see some sneak peeks into the mock a little bit early. So yeah, thank you to everyone who comes to the live streams. But speaking of sneak peeks, if you guys want a sneak peek and early access to every single episode of Building KASHYYYK, make sure to hit that join button down below and become a member of the channel. It would really go a long way to supporting me and also gives you early access to every single episode. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's already a member of the channel and who donated on the live streams. You guys are incredible, but even the people that didn't, thank you so much for supporting me in your own kind of way. Clicking on the videos, leaving a like, subscribing, it all helps so much. So yeah, thank you so much for that, but let's head straight into this episode of Building KASHYYYK. So I mentioned I did a live stream, and on that live stream I worked on a bit of the rock work that's going to go in this corner here. Now I really don't like the way this is coming together, and I'm probably going to redo the entire thing. I think it just looks a little bit scrappy. I kind of like the techniques where you have them all lying on their sides, different levels of snot and things like that with the plants poking through, but overall not 100% happy with this. So I probably will be tearing this down in the live stream I'm about to do, but we'll definitely see what I can get done on that. I also finished off the terrain that leads up to it as well, which looks pretty good. Obviously it's very flat right now. We'll add in more rocks, plants, and even sort of like bumps and undulations in the actual terrain very soon. But now we also worked on more of the actual platform right here for the Imperial transport. I definitely think I'm going to replace the plates underneath the grills with black plates just to give it a little bit more depth. I think that will look a lot better. Thanks to my friend Tech for pointing that out in the comments of last episode. But yeah, I added a few more details in here, including a little bit more mud and stuff, but I think I will be adding a couple more details in here before this is finished. But yeah, you can see we've also mapped out exactly where everything's going to go on this base plate, and we can really start to work on raising up that section to the right, as well as starting over with this rock work right here. So if you're an avid watcher of these KASHYYYK updates, you know that these are sponsored by Firestar Toys, and thanks to everyone who's used my discount code, I now have another package with some pretty sick stuff from them right here. So basically we should have a couple of things in here which are really awesome. If you don't know about Firestar, they make some amazing stuff. They also sell a ton, pretty much every Lego Star Wars piece, a load of Lego Star Wars pieces, and also some really cool custom printed stuff like custom printed arms to upgrade your figs and things like that. We've upgraded a ton of figs already, but we have some more awesome Imperial upgrades to make in this episode right here. So you can see we have a load of these light gray arms. These are really detailed. You can see on one sleeve they have a small sort of like comm link on the actual sleeve, and then over here is the other arm as well. These look amazing. And then we also have 5 more pairs of the regular Stormtrooper arms. Basically I wanted to get 5 more just so I'd have a full squad of 25 with the upgraded and printed arms. Yeah, these guys right here, the grey ones, are for my Imperial sort of like officers in the light grey style. Now I saw my friend AxiDroid do this, so I'm definitely going to replicate that. I'm going to upgrade all of those right now, add them to the figs, and show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm also going to add dual molded legs. You can see in here I also got a torso, because they do sell a load of the official Lego pieces as well. Obviously these are printed onto official Lego pieces, but I'm going to use these arms to upgrade a load of these torsos, and also add some dual molded legs in just a second. But we also have a small printed tile right here with a really sick Imperial logo. I've really wanted this ever since they made it. And then we also have an S and a W tile, just because I thought, why not buy those? So yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade a couple of these officers and see what they look like. Okay, so there they are, all upgraded. I think they look phenomenal. I mean, how good did those arms look? I think just the details they add, like printed arms, just add so much more detail to them. I was really very hesitant about adding detail and printed arms to every one of my figs and stuff, just because obviously they're quite expensive. But if you buy them in sort of like the packs and stuff, like I think a 5-pack was about £10, which again is a relatively big price, but I think the detail it adds is just phenomenal. I think if you pick and choose the right ones to add it to, it's definitely worth it. And I think these ones are amazing. Just look at those details on the arms. I think just the detail on the left arm for me is my favorite part of these. You can see we have a couple without hats, a couple with hats, and just I tried to switch up a couple of the heads and stuff like that in here just so we have a bit more diversity. Otherwise we just have them all with these like antennas there. You can see this back one didn't have the dual molded legs. I am missing one pair of dual molded legs. So these legs came in the raccoon minifig from the CMF. I think I do have one more of them sealed, but I'm not 100% sure. I might have to do a field test, so try and get one more of those. But let me know which one you prefer, the dual molded legs with like the boots or just the printed legs right there. I do like the printed legs. I was reluctant to do it for these guys, but I think when I saw my friend AxiDroid do it, I was like, that looks amazing, and I genuinely think these are better. I think I'm going to go with the dual molded legs. But yeah, wow, how good do they look? I think I'm going to need to get some more of those arms just to fill out my full squad of them. You can see I still have a few more of these guys right here, which would be pretty cool to deck out all of them in the same way. But yeah, really like that. The flag at the back looks amazing as well. Maybe that's a little bit tall right there, but yeah, really good. I really love the printed tile. Sadly, I didn't have any of these lightsaber hilts in black, so I had to use a light bluish grey one, but again, you won't be seeing that. I will have it on the mock hopefully in some way, shape or form, and I think it just looks fantastic. So let me know what you think of these guys, and of course make sure to go and check out Firestar Toys and use my discount code FSSWBFigs for 10% off. I know it's a bit of a long code, and it gives you 10% off, and it does go back to me and support the channel as well, and helps me get more awesome stuff for my mock as well. So thank you so much to everyone who's been using it. A ton of people have used it already, and I really do appreciate it. But yeah, these guys are awesome. Let me know in the comments what you think, but let's get back to some more progress. So here's a brief time lapse of me on my live stream working on KASHYYYK and doing a bit of work. I completely destroyed all the rock work and redid it. So enjoy this time lapse, and I'll cut back in and show you all the progress just after. Okay, so after that stream, I'm a lot happier with the way the rock work is turning out. Thanks to everyone who tuned into the stream. I had a ton of fun, and I really enjoyed that build process of this rock work. I was having a ton of trouble starting this off. I got a bit of inspiration from people like Marfan, who sent me a few cool photos of his behind the scenes on some of the rock work he's worked on, and it really helped get a basic idea for it and how I was going to go about doing this rock work. And I think it's turning out a lot better than it was before. I know it's a little bit mismatched here and there, but I don't want it to look too unnatural and unrealistic, so I'm really happy with the way it's looking. I think this section in the middle is kind of like a prototype right now. It's just a bit of a placeholder. I kind of want to make this wall angled and leaning backwards so it's a bit less boring, but I definitely want to include some cool details like those grills, but this is definitely just a placeholder for now. You can see I had to build up a load of different stuff in the back of this section just to get this rock work nice and sturdy, and it's definitely 10,000 times sturdier than it was before, and I think it's turning out pretty nicely. I'm glad I can incorporate some of those cool pieces in there, such as those quarter sort of round pieces right there. Really like the way they're looking. But now if we turn our attention to the top of the platform, I can't remember whether I showed you this or not in the last episode, but we've done a load of sort of filler in this top section here. I think I did include it in the last episode, but we have loads of different filler in here, and I think this is going to look really good once I get some more details into these platforms. So if you have any ideas for platform details and things like that you want to see me include on this platform, definitely let me know in the comments. Okay, so during these KASHYYYK episodes, I don't usually like to talk about hauls too much, but here we have some of the biggest BrickLink packages I have ever received. The bottom one there is worth over £70, top one was about a £40 order, and we have a little Firestar order we'll get to last as well. But yeah, if we look inside of this big package right here, we have just so much filler brick and so many good deals on Lego pieces. We have over 500 of these blue 2x2 bricks, which is really going to be so useful for filler. I really hope after this order I don't have to do any more filler, at least for the foreseeable future. We have loads of dark bluish grey stuff, including these big 1x2x6 bricks, which are super useful for taking up tons of space, as well as loads of other dark bluish grey pieces in here as well. We also just have just a ton of pieces. There's too many to even show in this video, but we have a load of door frames. These are super useful for different things like raising up snot and filler and everything like that. And then we have a load of different plates in this package right here. We have some Tupelo bricks and loads more. We have more dark dark bluish grey in here, as you can see, just tons of it. Loads of filler plate as well, which is really going to be helpful, including some 2x2s, 2x4s, and much more inside of this one. This is just going to really help me, and hopefully with all the filler that I've got, I'll be able to carry through and do this entire mock and not have to spend too much more on filler brick. But yeah, loads of good stuff in this package. It was so big. This is genuinely the biggest BrickLink order I probably have ever done purely of parts. No minifigs at all in this one. We've got loads of big yellow pieces, including more door frames. These door frames are honestly going to be so useful. We have more black bricks as well, which are going to be really super useful as well. I was really running low on black bricks, definitely, and so it's good to get more of those and more of these big white door frames as well. And there's just so many pieces in here, so I'm definitely happy with that. Then moving into the second package, which is considerably smaller, but it's still a pretty sick package nonetheless. And you can see the first things off the bat are these giant 16x16 sort of Technic plates. These are huge. They were found in the Colosseum as well as a load of art sets. I picked up a total of 10, I believe, right here, which is going to be so useful for different structural supports. They're just so strong and sturdy compared to even just a 16x16 plate, which is pretty strong and sturdy. And then the final part of this haul is made up of just more door frames. Yep, you guessed it, and more dark bluish grey. Yeah, so this was pretty useful. I also got some more legs right there for some more flame troopers and some more dark bluish grey plates. But overall, these two packages are going to come in super handy later on and down the road. So back to some progress now, and like I mentioned before, I kind of wanted to have this wall in the middle be angled backwards ever so slightly, just to add a bit more detail and a bit more depth to this. So I started to work on this. I added some tiles behind it, so it's sort of like pinned between the tiles and those cheese slopes in front of it, so it perfectly sort of like wedges in there. I tried a few different techniques and sort of different areas of where I wanted to end it, but I ended up going for a slightly longer technique in the end that I wanted than I originally planned to do, and I'm really happy with this. I added black bricks behind those grills instead of dark bluish grey, which looks a lot better in my opinion. And now you can see we have those containers on top of the masonry bricks, and I think this is looking pretty nice in my opinion. Let me know what you think of this. I think it could be a little bit more colourful maybe. I could maybe add some different greys and stuff, but I'll have to see. I can always swap out those sort of like container pieces pretty easily. But the next thing I did was take Tech's advice and replace a few of these little grill patches right here. I've managed to do 3 out of 4. I couldn't find a 4th 2x4 in black for some crazy reason because they're common pieces, but yeah, for some reason couldn't find another one of those. So you can see this corner one is with the grey, and then this one is with the black, so you can see it looks a lot better with the black in my opinion, and I'm really happy with the way this looks, and I definitely will be swapping that last one out very soon. So the final thing I did was I set up the scene for the thumbnail, and you can see just above that I've worked on a small panel piece just here to continue the wall upwards. This is just a prototype. I probably will be changing some things. Definitely those yellow bits will be replaced at some point with more light bluish grey ones of those. I need to order a ton of those because they're really useful. But yeah, I just had this sort of bit of inspiration to try and build this sort of thing. Not entirely happy with it. There is a slight gap, but you can see I can just take it off like this and definitely change up some things and work on it. So let me know what you think of that little panel right there. I went for a different snot technique rather than just stacking bricks right here, and I think it turned out pretty well, but definitely let me know what you think. It is a bit of a prototype. I just wanted to work on a few things, and yeah, I had a good fun setting up this thumbnail right here. It was quite cool to actually finally use a Cal Kestis in my thumbnails for a Jedi Fallen Order mock. I can't believe I haven't used Cal yet in any of the thumbnails up until this point, so it was pretty cool to see him sort of showing up and facing off against all of these different Imperials right here in the thumbnail. Let me know what you thought of it. I think it's probably one of my personal favorites that I've made for the series. So yeah, that is the end of KASHYYYK, I'm afraid, this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I know we didn't get a tremendous amount of progress done, but of course this is a weekly segment. There's only so much I can do in a week, and I was away for about the latter half of last week, so I didn't get a crazy amount done, but I had a ton of fun doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well. We got some good looks at a load of different pieces, a load of different things I was working on, as well as a couple of extra minifigs and upgrade things from Firestar Toys. So definitely go check out Firestar and all my other sponsors. There'll be links down below. You guys who use my discount codes are amazing, and of course it really goes a long way to helping and supporting the channel. So thank you so much. But yeah, that's just about all I have to say for this episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like on the video, and of course smash that subscribe button so you can stay up to date every single time I post one of these KASHYYYK updates, which is every single Saturday here on the SW Bricks and Figs channel. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.